Hi, I'm Jackie from the Orange Room, and today I'm going to show you how to make a super easy zipper pouch to hold your planner stickers. I use a ton of zipper pouches to organize my planner stickers. I make the pouches, I attach these binder rings through the loop of the zipper, through the hole in the zipper, and I label them with washi so that I know what's in them. And I have different, different pouches for different kinds of stickers. So this one holds my words, my miscellaneous dots, my sort of fun, cutesy stickers that don't serve a purpose. They're just decorative, And so that's what's in this pouch. But I have one with my weekly spreads, and it also has my full boxes. I have one for my pop culture stickers. I have a seasonal one with all my fall, Christmas, Halloween stuff in it. I have like 10 of these pouches, and I store them upright in a Craftsman, in a pink Craftsman tote. And that is looking to be the best sticker storage solution I have found for myself. I just started making these. I actually just started the other day, but I love them. I've tried a lot of different sticker solutions. They're kind of a pain, but I really like this one. And you can see I just have a lot of fun prints that I've gathered. This is where I keep all my daughters, my kid stickers for school, because I just love that kid print. I've had a lot of linens and heavyweight fabrics lying around for years that I've never touched. And this is a great excuse. This is a great reason to use them up. So I'm going to make a super easy pouch today with this linen elephant print. This is like a hand-dyed fabric. I don't even remember where I got this, but it was so great that I've held on to it for years. So this is not a heavyweight home deck fabric. This is like a linen, a hand-printed linen. And I'm going to use this orange print for the lining, because I just like to have fun linings, whether they're contrasting or complementary or what have you. And I'm going to sew in this 12-inch green zipper as kind of a nice highlight. So when you're sewing these pouches, whatever finished size you want your pouch to be, like if you want it to be a 9-inch by a 7-inch pouch, that's how you're going to cut your panels. So this is how you cut your panels. This is a 12-inch zipper. So if I wanted a 12-inch pouch, right, if I wanted the width to be 12-inch so that the zipper went from one end of the fabric to the other end of the fabric with not a ton, of hangover, if I wanted this to be a 12-inch wide pouch, I would get a 12-inch zipper, and I would cut my fabric 13 inches wide, because we're going to use half-inch seam allowance, which means we're going to lose a half an inch of fabric on pretty much every side of this pouch. And so you need that extra inch above what you want it to be. So if you want a 12-inch wide pouch, you're going to cut your fabric, and you're using a 12-inch zipper, you're going to cut your fabric 13 inches wide. Now I say that, but I actually cut my fabric 12.5 inches wide, because I'm using a 12-inch zipper, but I want my finished pouch to be 11.5 inches wide, because that is the size that I found fits best in my Craftsman tote. If I make it a full 12 inches, it doesn't fit as neatly and it bends around the edges a little bit. Like I have room for an 11.5-inch pouch at its widest to go, the way I want in my Craftsman tote. So this is going to be, instead of a 12-inch by 7-inch pouch, it's going to be an 11.5-inch by 7-inch pouch. So I still cut my fabric an inch bigger than I want the finished size to be, but for me that's 11.5 inches. For this side, for the shorter side, I cut it 7 3/4 inches. So for the side that is not, that does not have a zipper on it, you want to add only 3/4 of an inch to the finished size of the fabric you're cutting, okay? Because we're going to use a 1/2 inch seam on the bottom, but a 1/4 inch seam on the top. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get going with this. So first I need one of the outer fabric panels face up, going the direction I want. I'm going to open my zipper about halfway, okay? And I'm going to pin it with the zipper pull facing down so that these little metal ends of the zipper are 1/4 inch in from the end of the zipper, like that. So I'm going to put one panel flat like that, and then I'm going to take one of my lining panels and put it over the top so that the right sides of the prints are facing each other. And I'm going to go ahead and pin that whole zipper. Sorry, I've got pins in my mouth, which is like a terrible habit because people have been known to swallow those, but I still do it. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick pin, just kind of nicely along the edge of my zipper. Now I've opened the zipper about halfway. When I start sewing, I'm going to reach a point where I hit the bulk of the zipper, which is right here. And then I will stop and raise my presser foot and zip the zipper closed past what I've already sewn. Okay, so I've already sewn the open bit, and then it will be out of my hair and out of my way. Okay. I did not press these fabrics beforehand, which is, you know, kind of a no-no, but this is a very forgiving project. So I'm using my zipper foot. This is my zipper foot. It has holes on either side for the needle to slot down in so that I can get this foot really close up against the edge of the zipper without sewing over the zipper. Okay, so I'm using my zipper foot, which is in, and I'm going to sew this way so that I am putting the zipper edge that I want to sew facing this direction. So I am moving my sewing machine needle as far over this way as it will go to sew. If I was sewing it this way and the zipper part was going this way, I would move my needle this way. But I sew this way. This is the direction I like. Okay, so I'm going to lower my presser foot really close to that zipper, but not on top of it. Lower my needle, stitch a couple stitches, back stitch a little to secure it. And then I'm going to sew a 1/4 inch seam. I'm following the 1/4 inch guide on my machine. Okay, and now I've hit the zipper, the bulk of the zipper pull. So I'm going to reach in. I'm going to zip it closed towards the back. Lower this. Keep going. Okay, if I hit any bulk, I'm just going to smooth it out with my fingers. And you can feel as you're sort of touching this as it goes along, you can feel where that zipper kind of stop is to tell, you know, if it's in the right place or not. Okay. All right. So that's my first one done, my first side. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to open the zipper again. Okay. And I'm going to flip these against each other. And I'm going to do the same thing again with the other side of the zipper. I'm going to put my outer fabric panel down, and I'm going to put this zipper facing flat down on top so that the right sides of the print are facing each other. I'm going to make it 1/4 inch from the outer edge. I'm going to take my other lining fabric and put it down so that the right sides of the print are facing in towards each other. Okay, and I'm going to pin it again. It's a little bit easier this time because I have, you know, the first set of fabrics to kind of show me where I'm going. Okay. Some people don't like to pin. I like to pin. You know, I don't always pin, but for a project like this where I'm going quickly, and if I'm not paying attention, who knows what I'm going to do, I like to pin. Okay. Kind of lining up the edge of the zipper with the edges of these fabrics, right? So they're kind of a nice sandwich. And I'm pinning, and I'm coming to the end, and I'm pinning. And you might find as you go that your fabrics are not perfectly lined up. Like, look at this. This is all wonky. It's all right. It's going to fix itself when you're sewing the pouch. It'll be beautiful. All right, lower the zipper foot again. Take the first pin out, stitch a couple stitches, back stitch. Oop, that's not the back stitch. Back stitch. All right, and then go. 1/2 inch. All right, just make sure when you pinned that you did not accidentally pin. Oh, look at that. I sewed right past the zipper. Okay, that's me not paying attention. Oy, oy, oy. I should have unzipped that the same way. But listen. Like I said, this is a quick project. This is not meant to take you your whole life. You can have these done in pretty quick time, especially if you're making a lot of them. All right, so now if I open these up, okay, I'm going to zip my zipper all the way closed. Now I need to press these open. So with the magic of film, I'm going to go press these, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, film magic, I'm back. All right, now you can see, if you look closely here, this is relatively neat along the seam. This was the first one I did. This is the second one, and you can see that I have this gap right here, this whoop. That is because I was not paying attention. I was talking, and I just sewed right past the zipper. I did not stop and pull the zipper closed and keep going. That is what happens. You'll end up with a little lump in your project. All right, so now we have to top stitch down the edges of this fabric that we sewed. That will keep it neat and keep it out of the way of your zipper. So I'm going to use the zipper foot again. I'm just going to line up the edge of the zipper foot to the edge of the fabric this time instead of to the edge of the zipper, and just top stitch. Stitch a few down and then just go. I'm kind of pulling it taut as I go. I'm slowing down when I get to the zipper. Flip it around, move those threads out of the way, put it down. Okay, back stitch. And then do the same, kind of pulling it taut so that it's not distorted, but that it is clearly out of the way of the zipper. All right, so clip in my stitches, clip in my threads. Okay, clip threads, clip threads. All right, okay, so now you want to open the zipper about halfway, okay? And you're going to fold the pouch. Now we're going to finish sewing the pouch. You're going to fold the pouch again. So the lining fabrics are on the outside with the prints facing up, and the outer fabrics are facing each other inside. And you want to make sure that your zipper layers are kind of folded over. You know, doesn't have to be the neatest thing in the world, but like you want to kind of make sure that you get pretty even kind of fold, you know, over your zipper. This is where if you didn't cut the fabrics exactly right the first time, you'll find that this is a very forgiving project, and this is where it fixes itself. Okay, so now I'm going to pin the sides, right, making sure that my zippers are evenly folded over each other and not really kind of staggered, because you really want the best possible, you know, flat. Right, I don't want to pin it with my zippers like this. I want to pin it with my zippers like this, you know, so that I know. So if I do the first one, then I can smooth it out, right? This will pin it in place. Now I can kind of smooth, and I know that I want it like this. Okay. And I'm just going to put one pin in the middle here for the bottom. Now you'll see if I flip it over, like these are not all even. What I do, I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch seam all the way around here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew it 1/2 inch from the fabric that is the furthest out, the furthest away. So I'm not going to sew a 1/2 inch in from this orange fabric. I'm going to sew a 1/2 inch in from this linen that's on the outside. That is how I'm going to even out all my layers and make sure, you know, and like if your cutting is slightly off, that's where it's not, it will cease to be a problem for you. Okay, so the little metal doohickeys on either end of your zipper, you do not want to sew over these, but you can sew over the rest of your zipper. So when I'm lining this up to be a 1/2 inch, if I found that in my sewing this shifted and I was too close to the 1/2 inch marker, I would move my needle, I would move the project so that when I'm going over this part of the zipper, I was on either side of the metal bit. I do not want to sew through this metal. Okay, that is not good, but it's in the right place. So I just have to line this up with the 1/2 inch mark on my machine. I'm still using the zipper foot because there's no need to change at this point. Okay, same as I always do, lower the needle, do a couple stitches in, back stitch a couple, okay, and then just kind of pull it taut to get over the bulk of that zipper, and then just sew 1/2 inch seams. Okay, as evenly as you can. You can push the project flat with your fingers as you go if you're finding that your layers are kind of smushing themselves. All right, and then stop when you get to what you think, eyeball it, looks like 1/2 inch. Lift your presser foot and turn it. If your needle is too far, if your project is too far away from the 1/2 inch mark, lift your needle and just move it. You know, don't pull the threads out, just move it over that smidgen. But mine is pretty well lined up, so I'm gonna keep going. 1/2 inch. And again, I'm going to eyeball it with what I think is a 1/2 inch. That is too short, so I'm going to lift my presser foot, lift my needle, scooch it over like 1/8 inch, lower this back down, and then I keep going. Okay? And then when I get to the zipper bit here, I am actually pretty close to the metal bit here for 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go very slowly and just pull it ever so gently to the right of that zipper so I don't sew the zipper. Okay. Cut your threads. All right, now your pouch is officially sewn. Here's why you had to open the zipper, because if you had the whole zipper closed, you've now completely sealed the pouch and you can't turn it inside out. All right, so you want to have that zipper halfway open to leave you some space. Now I'm going to clip all the corners, including the zipper corners. Okay, cut all your corners on a diagonal. This is going to get rid of that excess fabric, so that when you go to push out your corners, when you turn the bag inside out, you're going to have a smooth corner, and you're not going to have too much fabric. All right, now I need my pinking shears, and I like to just go through and trim with my pinking shears, you know, so that this is like maybe a 1/4 of an inch, maybe even 1/8 of an inch if I'm feeling sassy, from, you know, the edge of my pouch. It does not have to be exact. Just don't cut your seams. That is the only important part here. When my pinking shears get to all those layers of the zipper, they can't cut through all that. So I use my good sharp little scissors to just give that a trim. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to use my good sharp little scissors. And then I'm going to pink. Whoop. Okay, pink, pink, pink. All right, get rid of all the corners, get rid of all the little dusties. Okay. All right, so now my pouch is done. It's a little wrinkly inside, but honestly, who cares? There's going to be stickers inside. Nobody's going to be looking on the inside. Press it if you're really OCD and it makes you crazy, but you don't have to. So I'm going to reach in and I'm going to pull the zipper open most of the rest of the way. I'm going to leave about, 3/4 of an inch to an inch. Because when I turn it inside out, I'm going to push out the corners with my fingers. Okay. Right. And I'm going to do this corner first. I'm going to push this out with my fingers, not with I use a knitting needle to push out the other corners. I don't like to do that with this corner because I have a tendency to poke through the zipper and break the zipper. You don't want to do that. So just using my finger, I am just going to push as best I can that remaining bit of zipper through. Okay. And that's why I didn't zip it all the way to the end, because then the zipper pull gets stuck in there and it's a pain. Okay. All right. So get my knitting needle and put it in, and then I'm just going to push out the corners gently. Don't poke a hole in your fabric. I do that all the time too, and it's just heartbreaking. You're not going to have, pointed corners, but you'll have a nice rounded corner. I use the knitting needle too to kind of score the seam, help sort of smooth it out and flatten it a little bit. Push out at the corners. Okay. And then I have a nice, cute, functional zippy pouch. There are a million tutorials out there for these, but I have basically measured most of my stickers and figured out the size that I want for what I'm doing. And I don't mind cutting up some of my sticker sheets if I need to get them to fit, but you'll see that, some of my pouches are like I can get all of my planner penny sizes in there. That is a good size for most of the stickers that I buy that go in this pouch. This one is actually going to hold probably my travel stickers, maybe my weather stickers, or you know what? I'm going to put my chores. Let's do like chores and errands, right? So, grocery store, Target, right? My rainy day stickers. So now I can put those in here really easily, no problem. Zip up the pouch, okay? And then I use single binder rings. Let me get one over here. I like to use single binder rings, and I loop them through the circle that's closest to the zipper pull. And then I put a loop of washi on this. And then it's also really easy to open and close the bag if I'm in a hurry. And then I can label the washi so that when I put these in my Craftsman, you can see they're all nice and neat. So I've made some others that are 11.5 inches wide because that's the size that fits best. So now, I can take my other pouches, which I've been doing, that I've made, and I can just kind of stack them in there neatly according to size, or just cram them in if I've been busy, And And now all of my stickers are in here really neatly along with my planners. And so if I need to grab stickers for a planning session, I can easily read, you know, these, let me get one that's actually in the frame. I can easily read these loops and see what's in each pouch, and I can just pull out the pouch that I need for what I'm doing and grab these stickers, and I'm good, you know. I'm perfectly good. And if I ever get tired of keeping my stickers in these, I can use them for a million other things. I can make one for ephemera. I can keep supplies in one. I can make pouches for a to-go kit, you know. But these are a really, really simple, straightforward, easy option. And like I said, there's a million tutorials out there. There's one from Pearl Soho that's really good, but it sews the lining differently. I like to make them quick, so I just sew the lining and the outer fabric all together in one. Their tutorial sort of sews the outer and the lining separately, so that when you fold them in, you don't see, let me open, you don't see the seam inside the pouch, right? It's a smooth seam. I do not care about seeing this. I would rather have it done, you know, pretty quickly and have it be low stress and just functional and just get on with it already. So that's how I do mine. And that's how I make my zipper pouches. So thanks for watching with me. Thanks for planning with me. And I'll see you soon. Bye.